Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm just here to do a quick channel update on what has been happening recently and why I haven't uploaded for 4 months. I mean, technically I have uploaded, but it wasn't on my main channel. I made a video for Aeronautica Official, and then actually I have uploaded, but it's like I have two videos unlisted on my main YouTube channel, and they are cringe. Let me just play a quick snippet. Inchfeng, you're deaf. I try to have. It's for a school project. Before anyone gets actually concerned about my mental health. And then I made one other video for like a pool roleplay game or something, and I don't really care. I know the owner IRL and I got paid for it. Completely worth it. 10 out of 10. Would try that again. Here's like a quick snippet of it. Basically, what I'm here to say is expect more upload after this week ends. I have a lot of projects. I mean, okay, so it's the end of the third marking period. So many things are getting due at once for some reason. Like, it's more than usual. So I had a 5-day weekend from Friday to Tuesday, right? Today's Monday, okay? I still have one day left, thank God. On Friday, it was basically just writing an essay 24/7 for English on mandatory COVID-19 vaccination. I was supposed to argue for mandatory COVID-19 vaccination. My partner is dead to me. He picked the subject, okay? How am I supposed to argue for that? Like, it's just it's a tough challenge because there's not a lot of sources, and we're limited to 7 sources in total, which means we have to rely on as many medical papers or the equivalents as possible so we can fit more information per source. There's like 3 papers about mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations. So basically, I managed to string together this like stupid argument where it's like, oh, we need to give everyone vaccines because COVID will mutate if we don't, and blah 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 blah. And we have to kill COVID by killing its ability to mutate by giving people vaccines. Yeah. So that was basically my paper. I spent Saturday's entire afternoon trying to edit that. Fed it through Bing AI, Grammarly, and like paper checkers 20 billion times just to make sure I don't have too much passive voice, make sure the grammar is correct, all the fun stuff. So that was Saturday afternoon, but for the entire morning I had to go to Model UN, which is a really fun thing where like high school students get together and they try to be model United Nations, and it works out really badly 9 out of 10 times. I'm gonna be honest right here. So what happened this time was I was in SpecPol. This is the politics council where we talk about politics basically. This is just a really bad summarization of what goes on there. And we had 2 topics that we had to talk about over the day, and that was women's rights in the Middle East. Okay, that's a pretty decent topic. And then territorial disputes in South China Sea. Now, as a Chinese person, of course, I was assigned India to represent, which is but thankfully India was representing China, so like it balances it out in the end. You have to look at the whole picture, and the problem with India is it's really neutral on a lot of subjects compared to like China, which at least for South China Sea is going to be like just constantly screaming cultural heritage, and I don't know, the guy only screamed cultural heritage like 20 times as his entire argument. Now, of course, for the South China Sea situation, what eventually happened was apparently the US supported China in exchange for China withdrawing its military from the South China Sea. I can't make this crap up. And then France was like, okay, we'll support that. And then Malaysia was like, okay, we'll support that, but only if you give us our exclusive economic zone. And then China decided that they want to grab a chunk out of Vietnam's EEZ. So they went ahead and did that in the resolution, and then I supported the resolution as well because I don't want to be that one clown who like. Oh, okay, so basically like that was the only resolution that was going to pass. I'm not going to support another one if it's not going to pass. That's pretty much it. Then women's rights in the Middle East is fairly standard. Everyone said women's rights good. I hope everyone in the audience can agree on that. And then we wrote 2 resolutions basically supporting women's rights, empowering women, blah blah blah, whole 9 yards. Very, very fun stuff. And we called it a day. Our school won the best delegation award, which is okay, I guess. We had some members that absolutely carried, especially I think Malaysia, who essentially said that legal is better than cultural history thingy do, and apparently that was enough to get them one of those outstanding delegation awards. I mean, she used like one argument in the whole proceedings and got away with it, so like, I don't know. Fair enough. After Saturday is my parents dragged me to DC. Now, it would be to see cherry blossoms. It would be fine on any other day, but today was the cherry blossom festival, and DC was crowded as all hell. You cannot move like 5 meters without running into someone. So it was a nightmare in DC just trying to get anywhere. The subway at DC, the Smithsonian stop had just the most insane line. The line was literally a block long. When we went back to the station, I was like, "Dad, is that the line to the subway?" And he's like, "No." And then 5 seconds later, he's like, "Yes." So naturally, we pulled a 2000 IQ move and we actually walked down to another station called Federal Triangle, I think, and that one had 0 line, and it was actually before Smithsonian in terms of our destination. So we had to. So when the subway came, it was virtually empty. So we actually had places to sit down, which is a pretty big W. And today, I am sitting here recording the YouTube video for a second time. The first time was actually a live commentary over a tank gameplay, but I don't want to. I didn't want to go through with that because it was too loose, and I didn't want to spend hours trying to look through 59 minutes of footage compared to this thing. And then tomorrow I'm going to be working on a math project. It's going to be statistical analysis of medals won by athletes, by country, by sport. I don't know. It's going to be something like that. Our teacher's really strict. He made us hand in like note cards with our like prompt and stuff, and I literally don't remember it. So I am currently just praying that our prompt is, what we're doing, because it's a group project, is close enough to the prompt that I handed him. That's the plan. If that doesn't work, yeah, we're kind of screwed. Then I have to annotate this book called Complications Surgeon's Notes on an Imperfect Science. It's by a resident surgeon, I think, at least in the 1990s, called Atol Gawande, and he shares some of his stories. It's pretty heartwarming, some stories. And that is pretty much it about the book. I'm not really interested in surgery, so personally for me, it's probably going to be a chore more than anything to do the annotations for the book and stuff. So yeah, that is pretty much it. There's not that much else that I have to do, so after this week is over, I think I'm more or less free to do whatever. Then I have some videos to make. For example, the Aeronautica. For example, I have a video idea for Aeronautica where I'm comparing like different planes as candidates for like a player's first jet engine. Then there's of course the Aeronautica Iceberg, which I have been putting off for the better part of a year now. There's a notoriety review that I promised a while ago at the end screen of one of my videos that I've been putting off. Then there's a Qualop review which actually has tangible proof of work on it. And that's probably going to be the first thing I get done, I'm not going to lie. Personally, I'm a big fan of the Qualop, even after they slightly nerfed it, I think. But they did buff the reload. Because just having the ability to delete any tank out of existence is a wonderful thing in Cursed Tank Simulator. It is fun to play around with. And with the new reload buff, you can actually go aggro with it a bit more than usual, which is a W. Oh, and also, before I forget, one more thing, and I guess this is like a new YouTube channel announcement, question mark. For a school project that's due at the end of the year, I have to do something with a partner that will contribute to a positive change in the local community. And naturally, I decided to make a YouTube channel debunking Russian misinformation that, I don't know, tricks the local community into believing Kremlin propaganda, question mark. So that's basically what the new YouTube channel's gonna be doing. I haven't even made it yet. There's probably gonna be zero overlap with like Aeronautica viewers, so it's probably not going to be interesting, but that's just something I'm saying. I'm probably going to call it like Russia Debunked or something, and have the logo be a ripoff of RT's logo, just for the funnies. Pretty much it. TLDR, expect more videos by the end of the week. And also, if you see some random channel on YouTube debunking Russian misinformation that has a narrator that sounds like me, it's probably me, you know? I'm praying that channel catches up, because I have like 8 weeks before the project is due.